Let's keep talking about my ratchet life. So I came to sit down because I'm pregnant and I was getting out of breath standing up. That's a long task, like standing. I don't think anyone ever calculates how long it is, but yeah, I don't want to come off as like it's not a big deal or I don't care, but I dealt so long. I lived for 10 years in like shame and embarrassed of what I had done. And I think that was part of the reason that I stayed for so long, because it was embarrassing. Like, I didn't tell people how like we had got together. Like, I just conveniently left that part out because obviously, you know, doesn't sound good, and everybody had so many questions that I didn't want to answer. And honestly, back then I didn't want to take accountability or responsibility for it. It wasn't really until about 3 years ago that I really started to open that up and explore it. And it was only because I started going to therapy and was able to like talk to a therapist. I went to a Christian therapist, actually. Like, I spent 2 weeks in Colorado where I went for like 5 hours a day because I was just really struggling with this. And she kind of opened my eyes to the thought and the fact that that God could forgive me for committing adultery, but that also there was life after that. I kind of felt like the marriage that I was living in, like, I had to pretend that I was happy, even though I wasn't on the inside, because it was the best that it was going to be. And I didn't really feel like I deserved more than that. So if there's anything I want people to learn from this, it's not that Abby has a ratchet life and she can still make recipe videos. No, I want you to learn that no matter what mistake you make, you can never go so far away that God's like, I never want to deal with you again. Like, he's not disgusted by you. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. Like, that's who God wants. Like, he wants the liars and the thieves and the adulterers and even the murderers. Like, that's who God wants. And I came to this realization, like, man, wait a second. God actually sent his son to die on the cross for me, for this, to be able to forgive this sin. And not only does he forgive, but he also offers redemption. So just struggling and dealing with that whole thought of forgiveness in general was a big thing for me. And then comes Anthony entering back into my life, and this whole concept of redemption and it being better than it was before. It's just like, whoa, God, this is insane. And again, I'm not a super religious person. I've just experienced some truths that I learned from the Bible in my own life, and I know them to be true. And I know I didn't do it. And it ain't the universe. It's the God who created it.